Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to style the final section of the main page of our website. So first off, let's get rid of this static height. We are also going to get rid of this background color. We don't really need that. I'm going to provide it with some padding. You know what? Because the alignment of the website that I've created is a little bit off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the grid column values as well. So I'm going to say center, start, and end. Now, if I take a look at it, it is going to be center, start, and center, end. And when I say padding, var, padding, let's set it to L. Let's see how it is going to react. So L is a lot. Let's set it to M. Okay, where are you? M, there we go. I think now this is aligned. It's a little bit better. But now this section, it is not aligned with these. So we should actually make this padding smaller. Let's make it, okay, not L, but S. Save that. I think that's cool. Let's go to this section. We're going to change it from M to S. That is cool as well. It looks bigger. It looks better. So what else do we want to do here? Now, because we are going to use grid to automatically make the section responsive, therefore we're going to use the min-max function of the grid. So I'm going to say grid template columns. Now, how many columns do I want? I don't really know. I don't want to decide that. I want you to decide that, but I'm just going to give you the dimensions. So the minimum column has to be 15 rem, and the maximum column width for the column is going to be 1 fr. So 1 fr could be as much as required. So let's save this. This is a... Why is it an ID? Is the footer an ID? Yes, it is an ID. So we have grid template columns, repeat min-max function, 15 rem. Oh, this is mistyped. Save that. There we go. So we have ended up with 4 columns. That's cool. I'm going to give them some gap of, I don't know, like 2 rem is, I believe, enough. More than enough. They do have some space in front of them. Let's jump into next styles. I'm going to say justify items center. I'm going to center them vertically. Now, next up, what do I want to do? I want to grab all the containers, subsections. So I'm going to say footer subsection. I want to grab all of these because they have a shared class. I can just grab that shared class. So footer subsection. I'm going to say display flex, flex direction column, and I'm going to give it a gap of, I don't know, like 3 rem. Let's save that. Everything looks cool. So these two, they have a gap. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab their link. So let me pop open one of these. So this is the link container, footer subsection links, and they are going to be aligned as well. So for this one, so what do we want to do here is, because I want to basically say display flex, and then I want to change the flex direction to column. So why do I have to create another declaration block when I have this declaration block right here? So I could save that. Everything is going to be, but the space is going to be too much. I don't want it to be, the gap is too much. So I'm just going to change the gap. Okay, rem. There we go. The gap is smaller this time. And let's grab the title. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So what is the class for the title? Subsection title. Let's copy that class, put it right here. So font size is going to be 2 rem. Color is going to be color quaternary. So color quaternary. There we go. Everything looks perfect. And finally, we could go ahead and style the links. So within that was the links and then the link. Okay, so what is the class subsection? It has to be links, then underscore underscore link. But for some reason, I have made a mistake here. So I could just edit all of them, or I could just leave it as it is. So I'm not going to create any more confusion. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And we are going to use the link. And we are going to say font size 1.5 rem. Now, let's jump into our website. Let's take a look at it. You can see the issue with this padding is that the padding on top and bottom is very, very small. So let's change it to padding medium. Let's change this one to padding medium as well. So padding medium. There we go. So now it looks a little bit better. Now let's keep making the window width smaller, so it has to kick in at some point. There we go. It is, how much was that? It is 20, no, that was the testimonials. It's 15 rem, so 150 pixels. Which should, there we go. So it did jump to the next line. You can see that this gap, it is not too much. We need to basically increase this gap. The column gap is okay, but the row gap, I'm going to set it to 5 rem. And now you can see that there is a little bit extra space. We could increase it to 7 rem, and we could take a look at it. I think now it looks better. So the column gap is okay, but the row gap, it is it was very small. Now it looks better. Let's just make things smaller. Now we have 2 columns and 2 rows. We need to have 4 columns. There we go. I think now this looks cool. So this footer, it is responsive even if we go to like 240. So that's the cool thing about CSS. The CSS automatic placement algorithm for CSS is great. So I need to congratulate you as well, because we just created our very first website. The first page, the main page, is done. I'm going to jump into the diversify section. Padding, this is padding for top, padding for bottom, padding for right. This is padding for left. Okay, let me just say var -- padding m. Let's just save that. Let's see how it is going to act. Now it is going to basically detach itself from the bottom. Now what I want to do is I want to have this blue background basically getting mixed with this diversify section as well. And this one doesn't do that. So what we could do after that is just say padding bottom 0. We're going to say that 0. Now it is, and then I want to have this padding right for this one 0 as well. So I could say padding right 0 as well. So now it is basically the same thing, but it is aligned with all of our sections. Now these sections, they start for some reason from here. I think this is because we have said justify item center. Let's fix that. Let me just inspect it. It is a very good idea to inspect your elements before changing any styles. Oh yeah, that's because that's what it is. So they're aligned because I've said center, they're in the center. So for the footer, I'm just going to get rid of that. Now they're aligned perfectly well. I think this looks better. There we go. And as far as this is concerned, let's take a look at that as well. Let's grab the entire section. This is flex. So I think this is the issue, is the padding. The reason that this padding has an issue is because of this section, because we have provided it with large padding there, and that is the features section. So let's go up. We have set padding L, which we have to set it to padding M. Still, this is not aligned, and align item center. Let's just remove that. Okay, this, it has to be aligned. So what is this here? What do we have here? why is it too big? So if I just take a look, this developer tools, it is incredible if you want to go ahead and if you want to take a look at what you have. Why these styles are not being applied. So this now this is aligned. Let me provide it. I think this is aligned. Yeah, it is aligned, perfect. But the title, I want it to be in the center. So instead of, yeah, I could just do that. But okay. This is aligned, and what should I do? I'm going to increase the gap to 7 rem. Okay, oops, that was that gap. I don't want to increase that one. I want to increase this gap. So this one, I want to increase it to 7 rem. And I think this is aligned. There we go. So all of our website, it is aligned. It was just the issue of alignment for the website. Gap, I could increase the gap, or for the features content. I'm just going to explore one more thing, and I need to know what is happening there. So it is features content. So I've increased the gap, but justify content. Let's do, instead of the gap, let's do justify content, space between. Let's save that. Now this is what I'm looking for. There we go. I just wanted everything to be aligned perfectly. So I'm going to give it gap, but the gap is going to be smaller. It's going to be back to 5 rem. Let's take a look at that. There we go. So this was what I was looking for. Everything is aligned. The title is in the center. So with this this part, now let me just take a look at this one as well. It is the footer section. Now, okay, so let's do justify content, space between for that one as well. Let's do how it is going to look like. Let's see how it is going to look like. So instead of this one, I'm going to say justify content, space between. Is it going to have an effect? Nope. It didn't do anything. Okay, so 4 columns right there. It didn't do anything because it is already grabbing everything in there. 4 columns. We have specified a minimum width and a maximum width. Okay, so it doesn't have any effect, so I'm just going to get rid of it. So with this, our lecture comes to an end, and this web page is also ended. The only thing remaining is going to be the sign up page, which for now it is actually empty. We don't have, but what we are going to do is we are going to create this sign up page, and it is going to be fully responsive. So if you keep making the width of the window smaller, that part of the website is going to go away. The right part is going to go away, and we are going to end up with this one. Thread, your name, your email, password, and you want to create a thread account. So in the next videos, in the next couple of videos, we are going to code and style this part, and then we are done with this website. So see you then.